America's founding fathers, who established the founding documents that lay down these principles, they actually weren't the first. They weren't the first to come up with these ideas to, for example, separate church and state and not have a church state that enforces a state religion. These guys, way back in the 1500s, they were persecuted even by fellow Protestants who didn't have this idea quite yet, but the Anabaptists. You've heard of Menno Simons, maybe. This was called the Radical Reformation. These guys were baptizing believers who were convicted of their sin, believing in Jesus Christ to be saved, and baptized, dying to sin and rising again with Jesus. Not baptizing babies, which is not biblical. But on the side of liberty, they were for put the sword back in its place. For all who draw the sword will die by the sword. They said, we Christians are not called to take dominion and enforcement of the Christian faith. So they were radical and ahead of their time. Also in the Dutch Golden Age, we talked about in the Netherlands, where the Pilgrim separatists fled to from England. There was remarkable levels of religious toleration during that Dutch Golden Age. Various denominations given permission to operate unhindered, including those pilgrims that we, of course, talked about already. But how about American colonies that preceded 1776? William Penn, the Quaker, his colony Pennsylvania that he founded, had no state church at all. Complete religious freedom in Pennsylvania. And the same thing in Rhode Island. These are the two most notable colonies. Roger Williams, one of the greatest heroes of the colonial period, the 1600s here, he founded Rhode Island as the most progressive and enlightened of all the colonies. He taught very clearly that the state has no business regulating the first 4 commandments. The last 6 commandments involve punishing murder and thievery and making sure that there are contracts that are enforced and people are not bearing false witness in that regard, marriage contracts and so on. So the last 6 involve our relationship man to man, and the state has a place in that to keep order. Romans 13, it talks about that very thing. But the first 4 commandments are about our relationship with God. And that is between the individual and God, and nobody can get between you and your Savior.